Hi. Today I want to talk to you about some episodes which happened in the last days and also in last year. I decided to call them the Leader Trips Miracles because I think they're very important in their own way. And these are all about people trying to help the project just out of the blue. So the first episode was actually last year when we organized a meeting in Venice, and some people had to come out from out of town. And a lady appeared in our Discord channel. I think her name was Francesca. And she said, "Okay, guys," and nobody knew her. I never met her. Nobody has ever met her. And actually, we haven't even met her after that. And she said, "Okay, I can't help. I mean, I'm not there. I can't come. But if somebody needs an apartment, you can take mine." And a couple of girls or three girls went to stay to this apartment, and it was an incredible apartment. And they stayed there. We went to see them after the meeting. It was like unbelievably nice and very close to the Alto Bridge. And that's it. So they stay there for free, and then they left, and that's it. So think about a person coming out of nowhere. She kind of understands the project is something about a community and just offers a free night. I found this amazing. That was for me the first moment I realized we may be onto something different. Okay, and then two more episodes. I mean, many have happened in the last months, but these last two are particularly, I think, powerful. So I was in Venice a couple of days ago at the presentation, and this guy Gregorio Ivory in our Discord channel, who had been talking a little bit in the last weeks, he came up to me, said, "Come out, and I want to meet you." So I went out of this church. The presentation was in a church actually. There's many churches in Venice, so we have to find uses for them. And he's a developer. He's a young guy, and he's deep into crypto. And he goes like, "I want to help. Whatever. I'm in." He's gonna actually going to work for a crypto exchange soon, and that's it. He actually had helped a bit a few days before, and he wants to be part of this project. Again, you got somebody who has profession who is professionally pretty advanced. He sees a project from outside and he just comes in and helps. Okay, uh, that's again very powerful. Of course, this has been happening a lot in the last year when everybody in trips is basically doing that. Uh, but it's still surprising to see how this plays out. Right, there is no official like job listing, or there's no official "please come to help us," or that we're just there, we're doing these things, and we try to say, if you want to help, we're here. Find your own place. You know your own competencies. You know what you can do. You know the time you have. Just come and help. And but when you see this in live, you see this happening online all the time. But when you meet somebody actually, and this person, after we had this 10 minutes talk out of the church, and then he leaves off to his basket game or something, and you go like, "What the hell did just happen here?" And we're not paying him. We're gonna give him some, our tokens, which is basically a promise of something which is almost worthless today. I say almost because there's people transacting a little bit already, and it's all based on a promise. It's all not actually a promise. It's all a, ch- a bet, right? You're betting that the project works, and the chances are very very low. Actually, it was very nice to hear Josh from Origin Protocol today. In his there was a presentation in California, and he was actually saying these exact words. We have little chances to pull this off, and this is so refreshing to hear from a startup. In a startup world where everybody's saying we're gonna change the world, right? We're gonna make the world a better place, which is 99% of the time just bullshit because they just want to make money. Startups want to make money for the founders. Startups want to make money for the investors, and this is fine. This is how we build today's world. But actually, this part where we try to give an ethic value to what startup do, and then and then Facebook happens. This is just tiring. After a while, it just gets tiring, and then you get another kind of startup which says we won't probably may pull it off, but we're trying. And this really was interesting for me to hear, because the same thing happens to me when I go around. I can't help saying, guys, this is a project which probably won't succeed, at least in the way we think we want it to succeed. So, but let's try it, because it's worth trying. It's really so much more interesting than anything else we can do with our lives, right? And in a way, this works. We are able to get this message across. Okay, the fact that this is a community effort, which probably won't work, but it's so much more powerful than anything else we can do with our lives. And I say exactly the same thing when I travel, and only in Rome, this is not very well perceived. In Rome, Rome is a city based on politics. I'm going to actually go to Rome after Florence. You just don't say that. You just try to probably sell a bit, sell it more than being completely upfront with that. But this is fine, because it's clinging. It's working with most people. And the last episode I want to tell you about, it happened in Milan yesterday, and that's also amazing. So I was getting my, the subway from the apartment to the railway station, and I had shared in our Telegram channel the fact that I booked a hotel on a blockchain project called Locktrip, and I saved 18% commissions, right? And then one lady was following us, her name is Isa, found her own hotel on this Locktrip. She was kind of, a bit wondering how they get there. Of course, she got there through a distribution contract. Everything is perfectly legal, but she was kind of surprised and didn't really appreciate the fact that it was sold without commission, etc., etc. So we discussed this. I tried to kind of explain and actually find out myself how this works. I'm not an expert in hotels. And when I was traveling to the railway station, she goes like, I want to meet you. And we met for 10 minutes just before the train, to discuss this thing. And I said, look, I don't know how this works exactly. I'll put you in contact with Nicola, who is the CEO, and so on. And then she left. And then I said, before she left, I said, but we are not doing hotels in trips. How can we help you? She goes like, doesn't matter. You never know. Maybe you'll do hotels. She likes the project a lot. Or probably she likes also the way, the open way we try to communicate things. And then I left. I get on the train. I put her in contact with Nicola. They had this discussion in Telegram, and everything was cleared out. She was very happy with the strategy of Locktrip, and that was fine. And then I told her that we're trying to organize a blockchain conference at the end of this year, and she offered her hotel for the conference and said, no, okay, we have different plans for that, but maybe you can help us with organizing a presentation for trips. We normally need a room for about 40 people. And we look for actually places to present. And she said, okay, I got this 120 people room or this 40 people room. And I said, are you offering this for free? She said, yeah. And we defined a date, and then we have now a date for Milan in which we're going to present trips for free. And then you were like, you close the phone and you start thinking, you go like, what the hell did just happen here? And the hotel is actually a very beautiful and big 4-star hotel close to the railway station in Milan. This is not a small bed and breakfast. And you said, what did just happen here? These things do not happen in the normal business world. I've been traveling as a salesman. I've been traveling, trying, to push my startup for years now. And these things do not happen. You are building a product or a service and you are exchanging it for money. That's it. It's perfect. It's efficient. That's how things work. But nobody gives you anything for free. While in trips, people are giving things for free, are giving time, are giving rooms, are giving apartments, are giving hotel conference rooms. This is actually, I'm staying actually for free in an apartment now. So that means that we are able to communicate the message. Okay, some people at least understand what we're trying to do, and this is, I have to say, amazing. I mean, I would have never imagined that you could go that deep. So this gives me a lot of trust and also I have to say happiness. What we're doing is really cutting edge. It's a new way to organize the work environment, even the societies, right? This is something probably much bigger than just building an alternative to Airbnb. So I'm very happy to be able to be here. Uh, I'm actually traveling on money from the community. So the community has raised a bit of money and I'm traveling with this money. That's also amazing. And I'm repaying this money sometimes to hosts where I stay with. So the money is getting back in the community. And I don't know, this is just amazing. And I want to share this with you. And I hope to have time to keep, telling you this story because at the end of the day, this is just an incredibly interesting story.